Hi and welcome to the Wilson Chala's YouTube channel. We are dedicated to preserving and sharing Zambia's rich history through topics like culture, politics, finance, and education. From traditional ceremonies to trending stories, parliament proceedings, and everyday voices, we bridge Zambia's past with its future. Join us in building a timeless digital archive. And don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and now let us explore the story you've been waiting for.
Leaving a nation since the passing of Michael Sata, the former president of Zambia.
Here is what happened.
In honor of this remarkable event.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is your trusted source for balanced commentary, analysis, documentaries, and latest development from Zambia and beyond. In today's video, we'll carefully examine today's topic by separating the facts from opinions, providing context, and helping you understand why this story matters. I encourage you to watch until the end because the last section always contains the most important concept that you need to watch. Now let's start.
From the Electoral Commission of Zambia, the Zambia Police Service, and all institutions charged with safeguarding our democracy. First, we must not create confusion about how Zambians mark their ballot papers. For many years, Zambians have understood the simple instruction that when you enter the polling station booth, you identify the candidate of your choice and place an X in the appropriate box. The Electoral Commission's own voter education material continues to tell citizens that the correct way of marking the ballot paper is by placing an X in the square corresponding to the candidate of their choice. We are therefore concerned by the introduction at this late stage of messages suggesting that voters should now use a tick or some other mark. The question is, why introduce uncertainty only days before an election? An election is not the time to experiment with voter instructions. We are therefore asking the Electoral Commission of Zambia to maintain a clear, uniform, and familiar message to the people of Zambia. Mark an X clearly in the box of the candidate of your choice. Countrymen and women, you may wish to know that even the regulations that govern the voting process, and in particular Regulation 33D, underscores what to amount to a valid voting mark, and this mark is an X. We are therefore very surprised that ECZ is coming up with other marks that may not be necessarily provided for under the regulations. In clear terms, it prescribes that voting shall be done via crossing. This is the valid mark. Anything departing from this, as per statute, is practice, and practice is an invalid or a spoiled vote. That is the law. That is what the statute provides. So like I said earlier, the last minute changes as announced by ECZ Chief Electoral Officer points to arbitrariness in the administration of elections. So neither the Electoral Commission of Zambia Act nor the Electoral General Regulations of 2016 contemplate any sort of administrative arbitrariness. So no voter should arrive at the polling station wondering whether they should use a tick, an X, a line, or some other symbol. The rules of voting must be simple, consistent, and understood by every Zambian. For the first time, voter in Lusaka, to the grandmother casting her vote in the most remote village, the Commission must immediately remove any contradiction in its voter education messages. Countrymen and women, this is very, very important, especially that we live in an environment where there's a lot of stories flying around. Stories of loose ballot boxes, marked ballot papers. So when people begin to introduce strange marks, away from what the state should provide, you begin to wonder. Others have asked questions. Could it be that the said marked ballots were marked with the wrong mark, in this case a tick, and the people behind it later realized that was a mistake, and they are now trying to rectify that by what we are calling.
I have to pause this video. According to the new YouTube policy, we just have to leave a significant commentary in the video. So if you enjoy this video, please remember to subscribe, like and share with your friends and families. Turn on the notification button so that you are able to see the video always when I post. And don't forget to watch this video up to the end for you to enjoy the full content of our videos. Leave a positive comment in the comment sections. It helps us to improve our channel rather than bad comments. This video will continue very shortly. Stay with me. Continue.
Effective arbitrariness, introducing new marks to qualify what would ordinarily be an inviolate ballot. So, to the Electoral Commission of Zambia, we want to call upon them to stick to what is provided for, to stick to what they've been teaching. The Electoral Commission of Zambia has been doing voter education for a very long time. The past 24 months plus. How then can they show up at the very last minute and introduce new marks? So we call upon the Electoral Commission of Zambia to immediately withdraw the use of the mark and stick to the cross as the case has been. The second point relates to the results of this election, which ECZ is suggesting to announce only days after. Our position is that the results of this election must be announced without unnecessary delay. We have taken note of the electoral timetable indicating that publication of election results is expected to commence on the 17th of August, several days after Zambians vote on 13th of August. We believe Zambia can do better. Votes are counted at polling stations immediately after the close of polling. Results are recorded at polling station level. Political party agents, monitors and observers are present during the counting process. We are living in 2026. These are modern times. We have mobile telecommunications, digital transmission systems, internet connectivity, and technologies that allow information to move from one side of Zambia to another within seconds. There is therefore no convincing reason why the people of Zambia should be kept waiting for several days before knowing the outcome of an election whose votes are counted at polling stations. Prolonged delays create anxiety. Delays create suspicion. Delays create opportunities for misinformation. And unnecessary delays can undermine public confidence in an otherwise credible process. We therefore call upon the Electoral Commission of Zambia to put in place mechanisms that allow presidential results to be collated, verified and announced as quickly as reasonably possible. We believe that with proper organization and technology, Zambia should be capable of substantially completing this process within 24 hours of the close of polling. Transparency must be immediate. Every polling station result must be protected. Every political party agent must receive the official result at the polling station. And the national tally must reflect nothing more, nothing less than the votes cast by Zambian people. Countrymen and women, the third point is on the arrests of our people. Arrests, detentions, and intimidations of political actors, media personnel, content creators, and security personnel, which must come to an end. In the closing stages of this campaign, we have witnessed a disturbing pattern of arrests and detentions involving individuals associated with political activity, media work, and public commentary. We have seen arrests involving Chester Mopower, Felix IDC, just this morning, Ambassador Martha Lungu and Hannah Israel. We have Dixon Tembo, we have Tolopa, and many other people, including the 32 security personnel that were arrested in Mongo. We have seen opposition-aligned media personnel and content creators targeted. We have seen members of the campaign security team detained. We have seen journalists and bloggers arrested or questioned for carrying out work that in any functioning democracy should be protected by freedom of expression, association, and the press. These developments cannot be overlooked in isolation. They are happening only days before an election. They are happening at a time when opposition political parties must be free to communicate with voters. They are happening after our campaign has faced repeated obstruction and violence. In Luampa district in Western Province, our convoy was confronted during an incident involving suspected UPND cadres. Our campaign has also faced police intervention in Western Province, including the dispersal of our rally in Mongo using tear gas. The same happened in Solwezi, the same happened in Mwinyilunga, the same happened in Chingola, Ndola, Kitwe. These are not conditions that inspire confidence in a peaceful and level electoral environment. I therefore appeal directly to Zambia Police Service. You are not the police service of a political party. You are police service of the Republic of Zambia. Every officer wears that uniform on behalf of the Zambian people, including citizens who support the government, citizens who support opposition, and citizens who support no political party at all. Exercise your powers professionally. Do not allow the police service to become an instrument of intimidating political opponents in the final days of this election. Where an offense has generally been committed, the law must take its course. But arrests must never become a political weapon. Detention must never become punishment before trial. And law enforcement must never be selective. So countrymen and women, this is very important, because what we have witnessed is an abduction style of arresting our people. Our security officers who were returning from their training were abducted at the airport. To date, we do not know where our 4 officers are. Just this morning, Madam Ambassador Martha Lungu and one of the media personnel, Hannah, were abducted this morning. Up to this point, we do not know where they're being held. The other people in Mongo, like Chest and IDC, were equally abducted in Western Province, together with 30 others. It's not very clear the reasons for which they were abducted. They want to call it an arrest, we're calling it an abduction. We do not know the reasons for which they were picked up, abducted. In today's case, we're told the abductors were actually firing gunshots. They were driving unregistered motor vehicles, trailing Ambassador Martha Lungu and firing shots behind her until she hit into a pole nearby. That's when they zeroed in. So that is not right. We expect the police to operate professionally. We have repeatedly mentioned to the Zambian people that the police service needs to be professionalized. The police service needs to be depoliticized. What we experience leaves much to be desired. I come to the Electoral Commission of Zambia. Your responsibility over the next few days is historic. Keep the voting instructions clear. Protect every ballot. Protect every polling station result. ensure that the party agents have access to the electoral process, transmit results transparently, and announce the will of the Zambian people without unnecessary delays. And to the Zambia Police Service, protect every Zambian citizen regardless of political affiliation. Protect every candidate. Protect every journalist. Protect every election agent, and ensure that the remaining campaign period and election day are peaceful. To our supporters across the country, remain peaceful. Do not respond to provocation. Do not engage in violence. On August 13, go and vote peacefully. Mark your ballot clearly with an X in the box of your chosen candidate. Remain vigilant. Protect your vote through lawful means. Respect election officials, monitors, and observers, and allow the voice of the Zambian people to speak. This election belongs neither to the government nor to the opposition. It belongs to the people of Zambia. Institutions come and go. Governments come and go. Political leaders come and go. But the Republic remains. On August 13, let us demonstrate once again that Zambia is bigger than any political party and that the sovereign will of the Zambian people must always prevail. May God bless the people of Zambia. God bless you all. Thank you very much. Fellow Zambians, countrymen and women, we are only days away from one of the most important democratic exercises in the life of our republic. On Thursday, 13th August 2026, millions of Zambians will go to polling stations across our country to choose their leaders. At this critical hour, nothing must be allowed to introduce confusion.
And understanding those perspectives helps us become better informed citizens. The purpose of this channel is not only to report or comment on events, but always to educate and encourage respectful discussions and promote critical thinking based on public available information. Whether you agree or disagree with today's topic, we encourage you to express your views respectively in the comment sections. Health debate is part of democracy, provided it remains respectful and constructive. If you learned something new today, please support the channel by liking this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications. You can also explore our playlists featuring Zambian documentaries, parliament highlights, trending stories, educational content, and more. Thank you for spending your time with us today. Until next time, stay informed, stay respectful, and remember, knowledge is most powerful when it is shared responsibly. God bless you, God bless Zambia, and I will see you in the next video.